Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Between Realities VR podcast. Oh my God, that's the first time I've nailed it the way I want to. Thank you so much. That felt great. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is Alex VR. I am one of the hosts of this show, and I also have another host. He's sitting next to me. His name is Skiva. Skiva, hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good, dude. I'm good. What a great time for VR. So I am just stoked, all around happy guy.
I can fucking barely keep up, dude. Like, it is getting super crazy. There's like way more going on than I'm able to process, frankly, if I'm being honest about it. But I'm excited to be here. You know, we took a week off, which feels like a year.
I know.
Like,
it does.
It feels like it was so long ago that we did this, but we are here, and we're excited to do another episode of Between Realities.
Heck yeah, man.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
So this was recorded yesterday.
Yes,
just so y'all know. We have been doing a lot of recorded episodes this past week or two, and next week will be recorded as well, and we'll talk about all of that. You know, we really enjoy doing the live show. We love being able to pull our audience in and kind of make sure that everyone's there and everyone's a part of it. And yeah, we do. But it is fun to sit in the chat and kind of participate in a different way.
That it is. I do love, you know, just hanging out with people and being able to actually take place in the conversation in chat, because it's really hard for me to like read this stuff as it's happening as well. You know, it's definitely tough for me to do both things at once. So
Yep, it is. So, you know, I'm sure we're in chat right now, right? If we're able and we're available.
Yeah. Hi, me.
Hey, what's up, me? Good to see you, dude. And good to see all of you as well, who are here catching the premiere of this episode. So, should we do it or what? We have a guest this week. This is somebody who you guys all know very, very well. He is no stranger to Between Realities. He's no stranger to any of us. Everybody, look who it is. It's GAMERTAG VR. Yo, GT. What's up, man?
Hello, everyone. Hello, guys. How you doing?
Dude, so good.
What's up, buddy?
Thank you for being here.
It's weird being like, watching you do your intro and stuff. I feel like I'm genuinely part of the show and watching it. It's really cool.
That's
like part of the audience.
Awesome.
I love it. Well, dude, you are a part of our audience, man. Like, your support for the show has been like amazing. It is so great to drop into chat while we're live and see the names in there, and yours being one of them. Every time I see your name in there, dude, it's like, I feel like we're doing something right because GT's here, you know?
You're absolutely doing something right. And as I was saying to you before, like one of the best things about your podcast is you actually are in the same room. It looks, you can touch his breast. It's fantastic.
You can touch him.
Fantastic. That's it. You can rub him and all sorts. You know, no one else. I don't know any other podcast in VR that can do this. You know.
Yeah, we are lucky that we're in the same area, both, you know, with the same passion for VR, and you know, want to do all this. So yeah, the stars aligned on that one. You know,
I can foresee this future of like, you know, the Between Realities studio being even bigger and more legit, and like when the episodes are coming out, they're like super legit episodes, and like we fly GT out and boom, we put him right there at the table with us. You know, like it would be amazing to get everyone, like, you're in. If
we wouldn't fly him out,
we
we'd just fly the spaceship over there and pick him up.
Yeah, sure.
So that, you know,
but like when you're watching Hot Ones, for example, right? Like they don't do fucking Hot Ones with a Zoom call. You know, like they get those people there in that room with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe one day, man.
True.
It'd be amazing. I would love to.
Maybe one day. Should we go over what shirts we're wearing? Because I've noticed you boys are rocking.
Oh yeah,
different ones.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's take a look at everyone. So sorry, audio listeners. By the way, if you're an audio listener, first of all, thank you, because your commitment to listening to VR content is extraordinary. If you're listening to this audio version. Second of all, you should come check out the video sometime, because you know, Skiva puts a lot of effort to make sure everything looks good and flows well. And
we're not ugly.
We wear legit t-shirt. Oh yeah, and we're fucking good looking. Okay, I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, we're all extremely good looking.
Just saying.
It is what it is, you know. So
yeah, look at Skiva. He's rocking that.
Yeah, dude, Skiva is like, this guy kills it. It's ridiculous. You can barely go.
What's your shirt, Alex? What's your shirt?
So today, I'm representing like today's star of VR, and this is a virtually asleep t-shirt from Sadly It's Bradley.
Oh, okay. Yes, yeah, I recognize it now. Yes.
Yep. Sadly It's Bradley. What a guy, man. Just spending all that time doing all that research, ripping into firmware and software and reading patents all day long. Oh my God. So boring, but for the good of VR, right? And then he brings all of that information to us.
But the way he brings it is not boring. Like he
really brings it. He does the boring work, and then he brings it in an entertaining way, and I think that's fantastic. brings it all to us.
I knew what you meant. It was just funny that you went, it's so boring, but it's amazing.
Listening to him sucks.
I couldn't do it.
I can read patents all day, man, and like dig through code. That sucks.
Right?
That
Like you're
really
looking for
sucks.
like keywords and like this insane...
And deciphering stuff. Like who knew what a Deckard was until you pieced all the puzzle pieces together to figure out that was a headset, right? And not just some, something referring to something else.
Like a large chair.
Yeah.
Dude, it's paying off because not only is the VR community getting hyped as a result of the work that he's doing, but also he's gaining some fucking traction. Like I checked out his Vive Flow live stream today and he had like 600, 700 viewers on the live stream.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
It's like, actually, that's like way better than any other VR live stream I can even think of.
Yeah. The Deckard one, he had almost 1,000 people on there.
That's insane.
It's wild.
Who the hell, who in VR is getting those kinds of numbers on a live stream?
Bradley.
I think the most I've ever had is 450.
That's still.
And you're GamerTag VR.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's incredible. 1,000 is that's amazing.
So anyway, sadly it's Bradley. I had to represent him today with this t-shirt. He's fucking killing the game. And I watched his stream today and he was sad. Holy shit, he was sad.
I know. We were all sad. I mean, I know I was freaking sad.
Yeah. And, and it's so funny. He went from like 100 to 0 in like instant. In an instant, as soon as they talked about the resolution of the panels, he was just like,
just that them being LCD as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much bad happening with that headset, and we all thought, wait, they have to be trolling us. They're gonna be like, just kidding. Here's the real specs. But no, man. I don't know what the hell's up with HTC lately.
Right. And I guess, I guess we can maybe pump the brakes and dive into that a little bit more in just a second because we're still on t-shirts right now.
Oh, that's true. T-shirts. Yeah, maybe I'll go next year. So I got, I'm wrapping a Smash Drum shirt here, which is an awesome drumming game. That's like, it's kind of like, like nothing we ever really had before, to be honest with you. It's like playing Rock Band, but with all the drums coming at you and you're smashing the drums to the beat of the song, and it's super fun. We even have... If you go into like the settings, there's a Between Realities drum set in there, and it is sick looking. Yeah, it's really cool. Yep. Let's go. Yep. It's all like tronified and super cool. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. And
that's pretty smart.
Can I just say, I
really
never once imagined I would have a representation of myself in any video game. Ever. Like I never.
It's amazing, isn't it, when that happens?
It's so fucking cool. And it has happened a handful of times now. And it's like mind blowing. Wow. It's mind blowing. Like, holy shit. Like, how the fuck?
It's pretty crazy.
I'm in 2, I think. I'm in Pixel Rip 2.
Yeah, dude.
It's like a collectible card.
That's like the best.
And that racing game.
Z-Race.
Z-Race. Yeah.
Z-Race.
Z-Race is pretty awesome. Yeah.
I got my own car, and apparently I've got a very good car. People tell me if you upgrade it fully, so that's good.
That is good.
That is a fun game.
Once you get me going,
you have to catch up to us.
We have a ship in there too, but we share the ship. Yeah, because we're smaller.
Yeah, we have a small logo on Mateo 311's primarily branded ship. It's like a Mateo ship, but there's Between Realities logo on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we also got a representation there, and of course, I also was lucky enough to get the trading card in Pixel Rip 1995, which was like the first time ever, and that blew my fucking mind because it's a picture of me. It's a picture of me. It's like not a logo or anything. It's a photograph.
What else? I mean, we're in our first as Between Realities was Grapple Tournament, which is my favorite multiplayer game. So there's
Grapple Tournament's amazing,
dude. To be in a game is one thing, but to be in your favorite game, what the fuck? That is insane. I love that game so much, and you can actually put on a headset that is our logo.
Yeah, it's got the BR on it,
and it's super sick, and swing around and frag people with Between Realities logo on your face.
And then there's the Space Slurpees Dickhead Robot boss fight.
Yeah, the entire ship is in there along with our faces.
And there's a fucking poster.
I know.
Poster in Forever Bowl.
Yep.
And I might be even forgetting one. I don't know. This is fucking amazing.
Well, we were in we have an arcade machine, a Between Realities arcade machine in the
Failed to Render
comedy show thing.
Yep.
So dude, anyway, I know.
Yeah, dude. Like we're just crushing it over here, and you're gonna have to catch up, GT.
Where are numbers at though?
Legends.
I'll tell you what, man. It is honestly, like, I'm kind of just joking around over here, but it's truly an honor to have representations of us in VR titles, and it's so fucking cool.
For real.
What t-shirt you got on over there, GT?
Fracked in Dreams.
Dude, it's the end of
It's
the
probably a bit
fracking
stretched,
mode.
I think. Sorry.
So I got to say, that was the biggest surprise game for me this year.
Oh wow.
I didn't think, I was like, oh, okay, another game count PSVR, that's cool. And then I played it and I couldn't stop until I finished it. I was so friggin' hooked on that game. I mean, I had a blast. I had some serious VR wow moments in there that I will never forget. Dude, I mean, absolutely unreal game, dude. Like skiing off of cliffs and flying off and grabbing onto helicopters while shooting. Like it was just off the top, like completely wild action hero movie. Just amazing. It was all
the
great.
art style is very impactful, isn't it? Really impactful. And the bright colors, and I think it looks fantastic on the OG PSVR with a PS5 kind of thing. I think it looks great.
Yep. And I played it on the PS5 with the PSVR, and I gotta say, I mean, it was great. No load times and stuff, obviously because of the PS5. But the most surprising thing to me was how well they implemented the wands, the PlayStation moves. Like, wow, moves, no one else has nailed it like that. Like, that was a very intuitive game to play with the moves.
Have you played Iron Man?
I did. I played it right before Fracked, actually. I thought
Iron Man was one of the best uses.
Yeah, Iron Man was great. Mm-hmm.
When you use like the repulsor jets and stuff to actually fly, things like that, I think that's great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. It really made me feel like I was Iron Man, which was super cool. And what was great about that is I remember trying the game originally on the PS4 with the PSVR, but the load times were just atrocious. But that was kind of solved in the PS5.
You're one of the lucky ones to get PS5. Every time I mention PSVR 2 or PSVR, you can guarantee someone will say, that'd be fine if I can get a PS5 because they're just, I don't know, are they still really hard to get hold of over there?
Yeah, I think they're getting
if
easier,
you try, you can get it. Like, you just have to try. What I thought. You just can't just go to the store. You just have to like really be on it.
Yeah.
It's very, very similar to here. That is how it is here as well. You can shop around, and if you keep you follow the right people on Twitter and stuff, you can get one.
That's what it takes. Yeah, you do need to follow like the right people on Twitter. That's literally how I got mine, actually.
We'll get there. I mean, the world is going through global chip shortages, and it's hard on everything, not just on VR. But we've had this weird moment in VR, right, where there was we were finally gaining some traction. Half-Life Alyx was coming out. Then the pandemic hit. It was hard to get indexes. It was hard to get any headset. Period. So it's throughout everything. Graphics cards. Just everything. It's tough.
Have either of you guys, and this might be slightly off topic, but have either of you guys had any issues with the Wi-Fi on the PS5? Does your wireless internet work?
I don't even use it. I'm wired right in.
Do you try the wireless, or are you wired, GT?
No, I'm actually I'm pretty sure they're wireless. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't had an issue.
You haven't had an issue. I had to buy.
What happened?
I literally could not fucking keep a stable connection on my PS5 on the wireless to save my life. Could not do it. And I even have a PS4 running right next to it, running the same shit, and that's staying up and not getting booted and disconnected, but my PS5 is. And I had
Doesn't PS5 do Wi-Fi 6 as well?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'm connected to a Wi-Fi 6E router. But I didn't even pay attention to because I'm not using the wireless. I'm just going right to a cable. So
anyway, it almost seems like it's a hardware issue because I ended up buying a Wi-Fi extender that had an Ethernet port that I could just plug right in, which sits directly next to the PS5 down there, and boom, fixed it right away. So there's a part of me that like almost wants to hit up PlayStation and be like, "Yo, Sony, this fucking wireless sucks. This thing costs me $1 million."
So there's this little pin that goes on the board, and if that gets disconnected, then you lose your antenna, and that's a kind of it used to be a common thing in electronics that would pop off during shipping. So it's possible that that's what happened.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's actually been a source of slight frustration, and then I had to spend $20 or $25 or whatever to get the Wi-Fi extender.
To get what you already paid for.
This is a PS5.
Yeah.
What happened, Skeever? What happened with you and Lone Echo too? So obviously we follow each other on Twitter and stuff, or Lone Echo, sorry. Did they get back to you? Did they respond in the end?
No. And like for a minute they started helping me, and then they just disappeared. So
set this up.
So for the past 4 years.
Yeah, since
like I've been trying since the original CV1 to play that game. I've never been able to get through it without experiencing dialogue bugs where you're going through the story and all of a sudden the characters don't speak to you anymore, and you're supposed to be completing these objectives, but they're telling you things you have no idea what to do, right? So I've tried gave up on it a long time ago. And then months ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to try this again. I fired it up on my machine with an i9 9900K processor, an NVIDIA 3090, 32 gigs of RAM. Like, this is a beefy machine with a Valve Index, right? Got to a certain point, dialogue bugs again. Couldn't progress any. Went to another machine. I have a secondary machine that has a 1080 Ti with an i5 Intel in it. Went through, got to that point again, same thing. Then I got on
insane.
I know.
No,
then
what is the and that's you've obviously not got a save file from one to the other. It is just complete separate.
No,
machine.
I even downloaded the save file from their website. Like, there's a technical support website that they have, and I grabbed their save file, and then I put it on a third machine, which is my laptop, which has a mobile i9 processor and a NVIDIA 2060, right? And the same thing. And I've even tried.
Chances?
I know, and I tried with the Valve Index. I tried with the Quest 2. I tried with my CV1 originally. I tried with the Quest 2 with AirLink, with Virtual Desktop, and with the official link cable, and it doesn't work on anything. And they're like, "Well, this bug doesn't exist." And then I go on forums, and there's a ton of people saying that bug exists. And I've talked to people on Twitter that have had the same problem, but they just won't acknowledge it, and then they just ghosted me. So I don't know. So, like, I feel like, and I paid for that game. You know what I mean? It's not like they gave it to me, so I should just shut up, right? Like, no, I'm a fucking consumer. I paid my hard money to play this game. Support my ass.
People, don't fucking ghost Skiva. Okay?
Yeah, because I'll bitch loudly.
Yeah, if you know what's good for you, don't fucking ghost this guy.
I bitch about stuff, man.
If you mention Lone Echo at this point, you will hear from Skiva about it. That's all there is to it.
I don't know, man. I feel like when a company isn't there to support the consumers, that they wouldn't be a company if it wasn't for them, right? Like if no one buys your product, you're gonna fail. Yeah. So why are you gonna burn the people that pay for your stuff, right? And just say, well, too bad, fuck you.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
I would literally offer you a copy of the second game and your money back.
Yeah, I know. Do something.
That's
Do something.
Service. That's what you do straight away.
Especially when you're somebody with a fucking podcast, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, I get it. Like, we have, under 2,000 subscribers. I don't have a very huge voice. I don't have...
You have a microphone in front of you.
I do. But I don't expect special treatment. What I expect is the treatment of a consumer that paid money for a product.
True that.
If I bought a car and it didn't work, the dealership wouldn't ghost me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But because that's a higher end item... it's a thing, but you shouldn't do that. If anyone pays any money for your product, support the product.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what's going on with Lone Echo 2? Because I actually have not really, I haven't played it. I haven't played it now, but at OC6, I had a rare opportunity for this, who I was at the time, to get a little booth. I got to shout it out to my homie Tyriel Wood. I was chilling with Ty, and he had a scheduled time to go and like demo all of this shit, and they look at what they're demoing, and it's all stuff that all of the creators have already demoed before. They've already done this stuff at like previous events and shit. So they're like, why are we here? Like, they were actually salty about it, because they're like, why are we here? Like, there's nothing for us to try. They're making us stand in line to try the hand tracking. Nathy stood in line for like 2 fucking hours to try the hand tracking with everyone else.
Also the year, because I knew those out there. I was like friends with Mike then. That was the year they released Star Wars at exactly the same time live on the announcement, didn't they? Mm-hmm. And when you're a content creator and that's your living and you're trying to stay on the edge of all the newest games, that was a bit of a fuck you to them, because they've gone all the way to California. They cannot cover that game, and I'm not going to say, obviously their subscriber base is so big, they'd make up for that anyway, probably eventually. But you can't ever think, if you're trying to put bread on the table, to be on the forefront of the gaming and the VR space, that hasn't helped them at all. That is the opposite. What they should have done was give them a copy of the game before they went and said, your embargo is at the same time as this event, or an hour afterwards, to be on the safe side. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's not what happened. And everyone basically sprinted out of the keynote as soon as it was over into the fucking like the showing hall or whatever, and like ran into the front lines of like something. It was Stormland, Asgard's Wrath, and the hand tracking. Like, that was like the main things that everybody was demoing.
I'd imagine hand tracking was probably the biggest.
It was by far the longest line. I didn't stand in it. I was like, no way, I'm not doing that. Especially when everyone who went there was like, you know, like, you can't do that. You know, like everyone had like those initial gripes. So anyway, we've now set the stage for OC6, and Tyrael Wood is salty because they're demoing shit that he can try. And he's like, you know what, dude, like I have this booth set up, like you can just take my time. Cruises me over there. She's like, introduces me to the people, pushes me in. I was like, fuck yeah, bro, thank you. Like I had no time for any of that stuff, and he made it happen.
He's a lovely guy.
He's the best.
Yeah.
I spent so much time with him that weekend. Like I hope he feels like we're as good of friends as I feel like, because we connected. You know what I mean?
So sweet.
It was great. He was like my safe place. I didn't know anybody when I went there, dude. Like literally unknown by anyone in the VR community. And like he was like, "What's up, man?" You know, like was super nice to me. So anyway, I went in there, and Beat Saber 360 was the other thing that was being demoed. It was my first time trying it. Fucking loved it. So sick. Like I was in there having a blast. And then the next thing that was being echoed or being demoed, and now we're finally getting to my fucking point, was Lone Echo 2. Lone Echo 2 at OC6 2 fucking years ago. And I put the headset on, and I'm in there, and I'm floating around, and I'm like not touching the red shit. And I took the headset off after 10, 15 minutes or so. I was bored. I was like, okay, this is boring. Like I was just in 360 Beat Saber having a blast, and now here I am like slowly floating around this abandoned space station. Nothing's going on. Like these puzzles are lame, and I ended my demo early, and I have had zero interest in the Lone Echo series ever since.
It's funny you should say that, right? So a guy commented on my video, and I misread it. I thought he was being, I don't know, a bit of a dick, but he actually said you're the only YouTuber to not say it's the best game ever. And that's because I like it. It's a story-based game which I feel no urgency to play. It's beautiful. When I'm playing it, I enjoy it, but it's just not like amazing.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah.
I like actiony games and stuff, you know.
Yeah, and you know, I did enjoy what I got to play of the original Lone Echo. I mean, I really liked the weightlessness of everything. You know, I liked the story. I liked Olivia and how you know, lifelike she looked. And I was looking forward to completing the game. But I'm not going to go and play the second one now. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like Echo VR is this game for us. You know, like it's like, okay, let's make this interesting now. You know, like let's give you something to do as opposed to just like floating around and I don't know, grabbing things or something.
I think it's a great game. I do. I think it's I really do enjoy my time with it. And when I'm in it, like when I done my video the other day, I was absolutely loving it. But it isn't the best thing ever for me. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you can feel free to, you know, to answer this like as politically correctly as you want to, but do you think that some of those reviews are the result of ambassadorship?
No, I don't think so. No, because when I speak to these people off air, if you want to put it, they do genuinely love it.
Yeah. So you think that
am I breaking up or anything on here? Am I coming through any weird at all?
Yeah, no, you sound good. Yeah. Yep.
It's like I've got a reverb on me a little bit. Yeah. So when I speak to people and they're off air, they're like, "Dude, that game absolutely blew my mind." And I'm like, so the bit I played and I put a video up of, I'm a big fan of Star Trek and sci-fi, and the bit and time travel in particular. I love Back to the Future. I love anything like that with a bit of time travel in it. The bit I got to in my video is actually kind of like that. It's like a multi-dimensional time traveling part, and it's very cool, very cool. So I'm at a bit now I really want to keep going. But yeah, like you, man, I could just pick it up at any time. I'm not in a crazy rush.
That does intrigue me though. That I love that kind of shit. I love that, like time travel paradox. If you can introduce a paradox into your story, you will have me fucking hooked. I
think you'll love Lone Echo 2 then, because
maybe I need to try
it.
The
bit I just played, I was like, wow.
Maybe I need to try it, man. Anything that can like really nail something like paradoxical and like get you to like have this holy shit moment will like I will become an instant fan of that. Like I feel personally that reality as a whole is paradoxical in nature. I feel like, you know, it's that, you know, the unmoved mover, you know, that whole thing. It's reality itself is paradoxical. So anytime I see that in a story, it resonates with me for sure. So I might have to try it.
That's cool. I mean, I enjoyed it, and I feel like a lot of people. This was a game. Lone Echo came out in like the early 2017, I think, right? So this was like one of the biggest, most beautiful games, the original one, that anyone had experienced up until that point. So I think a lot of people have like really, really great memories of that, and this is obviously a continuation of those amazing memories they had. So I could definitely see people just gushing over this game in a positive way. You know, I never looked at that as you know, they're only saying that because they're ambassadors. I feel like it was, you know, it's Lone Echo. It's kind of a legendary game.
That a little bit,
you know?
Yeah, like when you think about, I still remember seeing a replay of Gran Turismo on the original PlayStation and thinking it looked absolutely realistic. And then I remember watching it years later and they look like boxes with like hexagonal wheels. And I kind of feel, if you think how beautiful Lone Echo is, and we're in the stage of Quest where graphics have taken a hit for mass adoption for a standalone headset, Lone Echo... What, 2017 was Lone Echo? I'm guessing. Yeah. That must have been absolutely insane. Like, really, to see that.
It was, man. I mean, I was in there with my CV1 and I couldn't believe it. It was unlike anything that I had played to that point. I mean, there was nothing else with that kind of depth to it and those realistic graphics. I mean, Olivia was just like a real living person, you know? So it was...
she's got a nice bum, isn't she? I think she's got a lovely bum.
That was it. So is this game making the impact that we expected? Because I mean, it kind of, it feels to me, I mean, and I'm like, you know, I'm like wrapped up in all kinds of shit all the time, so maybe I'm a little off base here, but it feels to me like it didn't like slam dunk, you know, like it came out.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You would never know. There was no advertisement. There was no. Someone I actually spoke about this today. Someone wrote on Twitter, if I wasn't on Twitter, I wouldn't even know the game was released.
I saw that.
Yeah, and it's true. Oculus isn't putting any money into the advertisement because it's not a Quest title, which is wild, right? And I feel like maybe some of it is because they are working on probably getting this working on the Quest, I would think, right? Maybe it'll be a year from now, and we might get some kind of announcement, and that's when they'll dump the advertising into it, because I wouldn't think they would want to put all this advertising into it and then have everyone go, oh, that's not a Quest, I can't play that, and then later on, if they advertise it again.
Right, because people don't know Oculus as a PC VR company. They only know it as the Quest.
They did, but then not anymore. So.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, I guess that's a good theory, right? Like maybe they'll do that.
I think it's very good theory. That funny enough, that nearly come up earlier, but I didn't get to finish it. One of them said, "I don't believe it," and I never got to reply that. Actually, I do. I do think they will bring Lone Echo 1 and 2 to. Look at Echo Arena.
Yeah.
That looks damn decent, and that must be a year old now.
Yeah, and it feels good too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it feels and runs so good.
Yeah,
like it's butter.
Yeah, so like Medal of Honor. Did you watch the Quest? That's Quest 2 gameplay in that trailer. It looks incredible. It
looks amazing, doesn't it? It really does.
Yeah, so I kind of think to myself, like, maybe that is what's happening. I mean, as you said, you played it 2 years ago, Alex. That was a playable demo.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, and I bet it isn't a demo. I bet it was just one part of the game that you played. Making a demo is a very hard thing to do, apparently, for developers.
That's what it felt like. It felt like I was in, like, they kind of just, like, plopped me in
a save game.
Yeah.
Just from a save. Yeah. So that sounds like the game was, you know, well on its way, even then.
Yeah, and that was a long-ass fucking time ago. So, I mean, I wouldn't... Yeah, we'll see.
Pre-COVID. It's COVID BC.
Here's the question. Right now, everyone's using the Quest 2, but for how long? Right? Like, will this be a Quest 2 title?
Well, probably not, right? You would think that maybe they can't say anything about this as well because it will be on a future iteration of the headset that can handle some of the more advanced things that maybe the XR2 chipset can't handle at its current clocked rate, right? One of the things, I was watching your show earlier and I heard...
By the way, folks, GT just came from fucking doing the Crewcast.
Yes.
Like, he did his podcast, the Crewcast, on his channel, goes way over his time, goes like 2.5 fucking hours, and then comes on to our show instantly. Like,
yeah, dude's a
boom,
trooper,
boom. You're insane, man. You're insane.
But
We're talking about virtual reality, though, so it's easy.
It is.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing, isn't it? We're all very lucky to be able to share our passion, and that's how we all start doing it, and that's why we do it.
True that.
So it's exciting.
True,
it's
true
nice.
that. But anyway, I didn't mean to throw you off the rails. So you were watching a show earlier.
Yeah, and Bearded Benjo was talking about how like what are they going to put in this new Oculus headset, right? We don't have any new chips coming out. But the thing is, the XR2, if you were to properly cool that chip, you could probably get 2, maybe 3 times the performance out of it, right? So there's a lot of headroom that is missing right now from that chip, and it's all due to airflow, right? So if they can come out with a better system, better fans, better cooling, they can up the clock rate on that thing, because it's down clocked on a software level. You can't just make it work, right? You'd have to crack and root the headset and to get more performance out of it. So if they can find a better way to cool that thing on a new iteration of the chip, they will be able probably to get the performance that they need to run something like that, because that is a powerful chip. And it's all, it's being just held back by thermal.
Dude,
Isn't it the most powerful chip?
It's the most powerful mobile chip from what I've heard. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So it's a big deal. Yeah.
Is so much headset shit going on.
Oh my God, I know. And I didn't even have it all on there.
This is fucking insanity.
Yeah.
So I mean, PSVR just turned 5. Yay! Happy birthday! Everybody knows that.
But PSVR, dude. That was my. I can't.
I just don't want to have the same conversation everybody else is.
I know, but dude, PSVR was what really like sucked me back into the VR world.
I was going to say, you say that, Alex. I've had no one to talk to about it apart from my podcast earlier, and if I wouldn't have done that. Who else? I don't.
Well, I just, I saw like a bunch of posts, happy birthday, and then like, like a bunch of games are all like, oh, our game's 5 years old on PSVR, and I don't know. I just didn't want to beat a dead horse. That's all. But if we're not beating a dead horse, congratulations, PSVR, because you definitely got millions of people into VR and created content creators out of a lot of them. Myself, GT, Skiva, all of us included.
Yeah, it's true. It's absolutely true.
Yeah, the PlayStation for me, it really because I couldn't at that time. I couldn't afford to go out and buy a full PC and a Rift and all that on a whim that it might be good. Do you know what I mean? Like I had to save up for that stuff and really bust my ass to be able to afford all that stuff. So the PSVR came out and I was like on it day one, man. I was at a store waiting. Got my console. I got a couple games with it, and then this headset changed my life forever.
Dude, this trailer is fucking hype as hell.
Right?
It's showing off all these PSVR games, and they're all new. It just showed off 8 different games, and they're all games that have either recently come out or are about to come out.
Yeah.
Fucking Fracked, Moss Book 2, what else did I see there? I saw a bunch of stuff.
After the Fall,
Bubble Bobble, Wanderer.
Yep,
that was there.
Sniper
Elite. Dude, this is crazy. They're still dropping fresh titles on the PSVR 5 years later.
That's great.
The only problem is when you go on the store, I rarely turn my PlayStation on for PSVR stuff. It is just for press stuff, but you turn on, you go on that store, from 1 year to the next, almost, it didn't really change. And that's the truth. I was someone who covered every new game all the time. A bit like what I do now with the Quest. I did it with PSVR. I was always trying to cover the latest stuff. And there is a point where I was just I think, I probably got a bit of shit, actually, because I went from PSVR, solid PSVR, to PC, and then from PC to Quest. And I remember getting a comment of someone going, oh, another PSVR channel trying to do PSVR content. No one cares. And I was thinking, damn, that makes me want to do it a bit more, because why aren't people caring about PCVR?
Right.
What's that about? And I still think PlayStation VR's got the best library.
Oh, hands down. They got amazing content. Their exclusives are absolutely ridiculous.
It's these things. These are the actual killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as they were amazing, they've also kind of killed it, because I remember making a Borderlands come out, and their movement control is something you see a lot now. Basically, you use like the accelerometer in here, and you hold the move button, and you tilt the controller to move backwards, forwards. So it's like a virtual joystick. Yeah. To me, it feels right because it's what I know. There's 2 buttons on this one for left and right. Trigger to shoot, swap weapon, move around. You put someone in there that doesn't know what the hell's going on, dude.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, I could see that being tough.
Well, and
for sure, for someone new.
I haven't used my PSVR in so long. I couldn't tell you the last time I fired it up, and I have dusted it off, and I have 2 of them hooked up now for a reason that I'm very excited to try soon. As soon as I get, I don't know, inspired enough to do it, and that's Tetris Effect connected, because I now have a PS5 and a PS4 that I used to have before, and I have 2 PSVRs, so I set them both up, and now I am like this close to doing Tetris Effect connected in the same room with my wife, side by side.
Tetris Effect is fucking amazing.
It's so good.
So good.
And when I think about
if you
PSVR,
let yourself go in there,
you will cry. You'll cry if you let
man.
yourself go, dude.
Yeah.
I had like tears running down my cheeks at the end of the first level when I first played that shit. No lie. The music is good. The visuals are good. It's everything it needs to be for an emotional experience. But when I think about PSVR and if I'm going to jump into there, anything, it is not going to be with the moves, dude. I'm going to play Moz, or I'm going to play Astrobot, or I'm going to play like
Resident Evil 7.
Yep, Resident Evil, like something. Though I would use the moves for that game if I could. But the DualShock, like the tracked controller, is actually something I miss. Like that was so nice to be able to like have a tracked controller to interact in VR with, as opposed to.
It was great in Pixel Rift.
Yeah.
It really made that experience even
it was
more
the best
special.
way to play it.
That and Trover Saves the Universe were 2 games that the tracked controller really made a huge difference.
What about the aim controller? I mean, you still haven't got anything like that on PC now.
Yeah.
We love
which is crazy.
Gun peripheral.
I don't even know how that's a thing, right? I mean,
which is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When PlayStation comes back, you're gonna get. I reckon you're gonna get like pistols. Like you did with House of the Dead and stuff. You might get that. You might do.
I can see that. I can see that. I mean, there was a time where, pre Facebook owning Oculus where Palmer Luckey was designing a gun controller. And then when Facebook bought Oculus, they scrapped it because they didn't want to be associated with making gun-like things, which is crazy because I mean, it's virtual reality, it's murder simulation, a lot of it, right? So what the heck?
Oh my god,
it's like mostly killing people.
yeah. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Absolutely.
And for the PC, there are some really expensive gun peripherals that are absolutely amazing that really only VR arcades can afford. So there's stuff there, but we need more consumer-based stuff because that aim controller was absolutely phenomenal.
Can I ask you about the Pro Tube, the Force Tube? You want to talk candidly about that?
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it there's like, I mean, I've only very lightly messed around with it. Like I haven't like full dive, if I'm being honest. But I personally don't see how you could ever need that if you own bHaptics. Like I feel like the two are. It's just completely unnecessary. And then frankly, it's so expensive. Why would you just not buy a haptic vest instead?
So the thing it does over bHaptics is it hits your shoulder. That is pretty much it. It shakes the whole gun. I don't know if you saw that little like TikTok I made, but it doesn't actually do it justice. If you can, that's how big my finger is. That is actually quite a lump of plastic.
Yeah, and that thing like shoots out like.
Yeah, and hits your shoulder.
Out, but not too far. Maybe like half inch or so.
Clip.
Yeah,
I did like a little clip with an LMG, and it's long as well. Like that bit in there is quite big. That's a long piece. So when you have this dug in, you can actually feel it down your whole shoulder, and it's cool. And I'll be absolutely honest with you, I've got no idea how much it is because I haven't actually got back to it yet. How much is that?
Expensive, dude. Like $400 or $500.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is expensive. I haven't, I have the one that you brought over here. I still haven't had time to try it.
Yeah. It's basically the cost of a TaxSuit X40. And it's like, when I think about the applications of the TaxSuit versus the application of a haptic stock.
Hands down, I would go for the tack suit.
Yeah. Like I just I don't see a reason to own that personally.
The game compatibility alone and bHaptics just keeps growing and growing, and it's just such a pleasure to use. Like I don't, it's only when it's only when you use it on Quest do I ever get that, maybe this isn't going to work quite well. But that's only from a content creator perspective. That's not from a user perspective. As a user, it's pretty seamless. You know,
that's such a good point, dude. Because every time I use bHaptics, I'm fucking making content, like literally every single time.
Yeah.
And it is, you have that extra hoop to jump through to make sure that you're capturing the on-screen haptics for Quest games, which to GT's point could be, shit, here we go. Is this going to work the way I want it to kind of situation sometimes? But for the record, I make videos all the time and it works great. What was the point I was going to make with this?
He's talking about first of all, the approach of you saying in comparison to prices. That's what we started.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, I think I was just talking about content creation. Oh, yeah. For just a user, the device just connects straight to the fucking Quest and you just launch the game. It's done. Like you don't even have to do anything. Like you just go into the game wearing the vest and it works. So that's great. By the way, yesterday I put up a video for Everslot, the native compatibility for Everslot for bHaptics.
Saw it.
That shit is fucking awesome.
Everslot's amazing.
It's awesome, dude.
It's a beautiful game.
I feel like such a fucking badass when I am playing Everslot. Like you jump down that like superhero drop, like land in the ground, and like I feel like a madman on the loose, like ready to just go on a psychopathic rage. Like the loop is so good. Like once you get back up to the surface,
the loop,
boom, like you upgrade your shit, jump back down, like go back into it. Like it is fucking nasty. I had a really good time with it.
I love that game. It's so good. It's not as good as it should be, though. It needs more.
Yes.
Because it looks fantastic.
Yes.
It plays great. It needs more leveling and it needs more stuff.
More environments, more enemies, maybe.
I just want more weapons.
I
just want more weapons. I want a gauntlet. Because I remember the first time you flick that wrist and the shotgun comes out of your bloody wrist, and I was like, fuck, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool as fuck. And I messaged the developer and I was like, you need a hammer fist in there. And he was like, funny enough, that's what someone else said. So like, I think they're talking about, because I said, I want to grab someone and I want to punch their face till like their face disappears kind of thing. I want to do that in VR, to be honest. It sounds sick. But I was like, I want those gauntlets that make me feel like fucking Thanos. Do you know what I mean? Fucking bang. And I want all that stuff, and I think, I said to him, a minigun. I'd love a minigun. Minigun nipples. Why not? Imagine that when you
Austin Powers.
That'd be great.
That game is pretty. With roguelites, I have a hard time wanting to get back into them because I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything. I'm not making my way towards a goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if you lose, you pay the price. So that's for sure. That's the part of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, as far as roguelites go, I mean, it's pretty freaking good.
It was, dude, I had so much fun. And honestly, I had a really fun time doing the haptics for it. Like a lot, like at this point, I have like a pretty extensive library, and like I'll be playing a game and like I'll already have a haptic for this. Like I'll like, okay, nope, it's this, it's this. And I'll like kind of go to other patterns that I have made. Maybe I'll tweak them if I need to. But with Everslot, there was so many opportunities for like cool, unique things, like the reloading. For the grapple, you can see this thing spinning on the top of your wrist. So I did a haptic pattern that like goes in a circle, so it feels like it's like wrapping up on top of it, little stuff like that. Like there's a lot of awesome opportunities for like cool custom things and stuff like that, and it made for a really good fleshed out integration. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Very cool.
How's it going for the bHaptics thing with you? You really enjoying it?
Yeah, man, it's awesome. It's I stay busy with it for sure. Like between Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, like posting to all that stuff all the time, and testing integrations, making haptics, making videos. It's definitely like enough to keep me pretty damn busy. And it also makes most of my VR time intentional. Like it's very rare that I'm just like jumping into VR just to fuck around for a couple hours because I was just in VR doing other things,
Is it your full-time job now?
Yeah. I mean, it's the only job I have. I don't really work like 40 hours a week, like I'm not like clocked in for 40 hours or anything. And my situation with them, I give them a good amount of my time. You know what I mean? Like it's a mutually beneficial situation, and I'm hoping that I'll be like full time, you know, both in the amount of time and the amount of money that I'm getting at some point in the future. But all of that said, it's awesome, dude. Like I'm playing VR games. I'm like thinking about all the cool ways that the haptics can be integrated, and then working with the developers hand in hand to like make it the way that it needs to be, you know, and like they'll integrate something and I'll feel it. And here's one that will be out today because it's Friday. Epic roller coasters on Quest.
Oh, really?
Native integration.
Oh, that's cool.
And I did all
Epic
that stuff.
Is really cool. I only really discovered it about 6 months ago, and it's the one where you can do the break yourself and you go flying off the rails. Yeah.
I don't think so. No, this one
is it Epic
like,
roller coaster.
It's mostly cinematic, but there's also like a shooter mode as well, where you can like shoot at these targets that are off on the side, and there's like a level with the T-Rex chasing you, and a level in a volcano, and all of that stuff. But anyway, I designed the haptics for this, and that's coming out today. And one of the haptics is like the chain of a roller coaster, you know, when like you're going up, it's like so I like added this effect in the back on like your lower back where it's like so it like feels like a chain is going up. And some of the haptics of the cart, I noticed after like 60 seconds I'm like itchy, you know, like if you like use like a weed whacker or like a fucking like you know what I mean, like, or like anything that vibrates a lot, like if you've had like a fucking weed whipper in your hands or a lawnmower or something, you might know what I'm talking about, where like your hands will start to itch because of the shaking. So I was like, okay, this is way too strong. Like we need to dial back these haptics, like, you know, 15-20%. They do it. I tried again. Boom, there it is. It's perfect. It's like, holy shit, this is crazy. Like, you know, I'm like, I have a hand, like an actual hand in how this feels and how this is getting developed. And it's awesome, dude. I'm super proud of that. I'm able to say that, you know, it's amazing to contribute. It's amazing to be a part of this VR space. I feel very lucky.
Good man. And I think you do a really good job as well. As someone who's done some community management for a while, I see what you do and I see when you do it, and I think it's good stuff.
Thank you. I wanted to actually ask you about like that experience for you, you know, like kind of how that started and how that ended and what it was like.
With XR Games?
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, GT worked with XR Games for a little while, the creators of Zombieland, but has since parted ways. And we never really had a chance to like hear about that experience and kind of know how that went or what happened, if you're willing to share.
It was a good experience. I basically, they didn't want to agree to a full-time contract because they'd never had a community manager before. I couldn't leave my job because they didn't offer a full-time contract. So you don't know what's going to happen. Right. So I had to do that as well as what I'm doing now and my full-time job kind of thing. And it was really hard, but I tried to do my best. And there was a couple of incidences where it was a bit crazy. And I did some work, and I mean, I was doing lots of stuff, not just community management. I was playtesting, I was doing all sorts of things.
Community managers wear a lot of hats. That name, that title really does encompass quite a bit of stuff.
It was, and it's fun. Like I did enjoy it, but they didn't commit, and I didn't commit basically. And it was one of those, you know, that it just went its way, and that's unfortunate. You know, it's just. But I made some good friends there and stuff.
As far as I'm concerned,
I just hope, I would love to do that again, but I'd love to do it on a permanent basis.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a notch right there. Like that's a notch on the wall or the bedpost or whatever the fuck this expression is. But like that is like that's in your pocket now. You know, like that's experience. You know, like you have done that, and I think that is invaluable. Being able to say, I worked with these guys, I did this, I did that, like those kinds of things. It's really good. Yeah,
they got me. There was a side of it that I'd never done before, even though I actually applied for End Dreams and I come in second to Jimmy, who's there now. And I think the thing I didn't get it for is through experience. I hadn't had any experience. And I remember thinking at the time, well, I kind of have. Like I've got like 60k followers, I've got a Discord, I've kind of built communities. But actually there's more to it than that. There is a business side of it. And there is paperwork, I guess you can call it. There is you know, things to be formulated, plans, emails to be written in a certain way. There was a lot more to it than I realized. So yes, I am very grateful for the experience.
Yeah, that's great. And, you know, I have been thinking about this tweet that you composed a couple of days ago, where you basically say, like, man, I'm just fucking ready to just like quit my actual job and embrace this shit full time. You want to elaborate a little bit about that and, like, you know, kind of tell us where your head's at and kind of what you're thinking about?
It's crazy because it's a bit like when, I don't know if you run a TikTok channel or anything, but like TikTok's really good for looking at things in a micro way. You never know what's going to do well and what isn't. So like, you can put on a random, I put on a random TikTok and got 2.1 million views, as you know, for your for Be Haptics.
Yeah.
And I can put on something else that I think is just as cool, and he won't do very well. And it's a bit like YouTube, you know, you can do some random video and suddenly it does really well, and then you can do what you think's quite good and it won't do very well. And I know there's plenty of channels out there who've had amazing videos, unamazing videos that do amazingly well. Right. And they're like, oh, you know, so working out, I have an average income from YouTube, and I'm very lucky. I'll have some patrons and channel members. I've never tried to really push it into a thing of like, please support me so I can do full-time content. I've said it when they become a patron. I go, thank you very much. That will help me towards this. But I don't necessarily go out my way to advertise, this is what I want to do. I've never stood there in front of a camera. Some people have, and it's worked for them really well. And they've gone, I want to do this. Will you do this with me? Which is awesome. So my inbox is always full up. I do get some paid opportunities, and you know, some of them I just can't commit to. And then you start thinking to yourself, like, for example, Sneak, I'm an ambassador of Sneak. That's paid. That's like 10% on anything anyone buys, I get 10% off. But I can't live stream enough to plug it or show it. I just haven't got the time. So, you know, you kind of think to yourself, there's potentially some money that could help me go full time. There's certain videos I could make and live streams I could do with money I have to turn down because I haven't got the time. So you kind of wonder, when's it going to tilt to when I can actually say, right, now I can go. Now I can really just spread my wings and actually, instead of like waking up at 5 a.m, working 8 hours, then doing the school runs, pick my daughter up, and trying to go to the gym, and trying to get back to make a video. Oh yeah, and then I've got to go and do something else. And yeah, it just feels crazy. Like my life feels crazy sometimes. And like I spoke to my wife. Actually, funny enough, tomorrow morning we're going for breakfast and we're going to discuss this.
Nice.
Because like mentally sometimes I'm not happy because there's so much I want to do and I've got so many good ideas and I can't do them. And it's just hard.
Well, time, right, is our greatest resource. There's only 24 hours in a day. And so many of those hours are accounted for things that we have to do, or we can't eat, or we can't have a roof over our heads, right? So it's tough, man. It's super hard. And, you know, a lot of us look at you like, wow, dude, I don't know how the hell you're pulling all this off.
Seriously.
You've got to be burning that wick pretty low. So, but you do a great job. So
thank you.
Props to you.
Yeah,
cheers, guys.
Of course,
Thank
you know
you.
that we're huge fans of what you do, and I personally would love to see you fucking kick this bullshit job to the curb and jump into VR both feet. Like, you're GamerTag VR, bro. Yeah. You got a pretty fucking good start.
VR needs people like you that are pushing this medium all the time. I mean, because we have a lot in the other direction too, where we have some poisons, and maybe we can kind of get into that, right? Because I feel like there's always something coming out that's going to screw us from the adoption we want to get, like this new HTC headset. Right?
We do need to talk about headsets.
Yeah.
Like, we really do, because there's a fucking long ass list of headsets sitting here in front of me right now. And like, I have no idea what the hell is going on. So maybe we can touch on it a little bit, because you know, this HTC thing, and we talked about Bradley earlier, and now we can kind of like bring this back around a little bit. You know, this HTC thing, by the way, before we do that, GT, you have our full support. I think you should embrace this shit. I think you should stop spending all of that time at work and figure out what that number is. I mean, I guess that's what you're having this conversation with your wife about.
Yeah,
you know?
tomorrow.
Like, what is that number? You know, like, is it a tangible number, or is it mentally and emotionally? You know, like, is it just about taking that leap and saying, you know what? No, I deserve nothing less than exactly what the fuck I want, and I will settle for nothing less than exactly what the fuck I want.
I'm happy to say now, B Haptics have sponsored me, before.
Yeah.
And the way they approach it is mostly like everyone else. They were very kind and sent me the products, and they were like, do you like it? And I was like, I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. And then you start making content with it, and it's kind of like they go, do you know, we love your content. Would you also do this, and we'll pay you for your time? And I don't think there's a higher compliment for me personally. I'm like, wow, you actually want... Like, and then you want to dedicate more time. Dude, I'd use B Haptics as so much if I could, honestly. But even remembering to charge it sometimes for me at the moment is like, because there's so much stuff going on. I go to put it on and I think, oh, God's sake, I didn't play charge it, or, you know, and just little things that I think if you went full, if anyone goes full time and they can concentrate their efforts, especially if it's something you love. If you love something, it's so much nicer.
Just do it. Just do it, dude. The next fucking time you're on this show, you will be a full-time content creator, okay? You promise?
Says Alex.
You might
Alex
not get me
pay your bills
until like 2024 or 2025. And,
no,
you know,
like next year. 6 months, motherfucker. Let's go. I'm about to pull a Fight Club on you. If you are not on your way to becoming a veterinarian in 6 months, you will be dead. By the way, if you've never seen Fight Club, go fucking watch that movie. Because now I'm going to use that as inspiration to threaten to kill GT if he doesn't let this happen. If you are not on your way to being a full-time content creator in 6 months, you will be dead.
Well, we definitely hope that you embrace what you love, because you always shine most, everyone, right? When you're doing something that you're passionate about. So I mean, I got rid of an IT company I had. I just wanted to do something VR full time. You know, I didn't necessarily want it to be content creation, right? But I was fortunate enough to be able to use the show to get some eyes on me, and landed a good job with Vertigo Games and Springboard VR to make that's a reality.
Mate, of course. Yeah. Congratulations.
Oh,
that's
thanks,
amazing.
Dude. Thanks. So
when I saw that, I was like, Vertigo Games, I've met them. What? You're surrounded by amazing talent. It's incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on there, dude. A lot of good stuff, because you know they have a lot of good games in the works. They have Springboard, which powers the VR arcades all over the world. So I get to do a lot with supporting hardware and supporting software and supporting the games and the people that are showing VR to people, and giving them their first time experiences and just making all that happen. So I'm super stoked to be in this industry as well. And because all I want to do is support what I'm passionate about, you know, and it became harder and harder to do something else when it's not what I really cared about anymore. And when this is what I care about.
I think it's important to mention you took a considerable pay cut.
Dude, I did.
A considerable pay cut.
I did. I mean, it's not a bad paying job.
No.
Right. But I was making some freaking cheddar there.
He was doing
while.
Good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But you know, it's not always about the money. It's about being happy with what you do and feeling like you are doing your best to push what you believe in.
There it is.
Right? I mean, you got to be happy in life.
Skiva's not.
I do want that. It's certain worries. Like my eldest son has left home to go to university, and that costs money. So it's not just about my happiness. Do you know what I'm saying?
For
that's
sure.
the thing. He deserves his happiness. So there's all those factors. If that wasn't a factor, I'm pretty sure something would have happened earlier. But
But you know,
there's other lives involved.
That said, like, you know, neither one of us are you. You know what I mean? Like, you have some serious what's the word here? I don't know. People fucking know who you are. You know, like
some
clout. Yeah, anyone in the VR space knows who you are. So if you had the time, the opportunity will be there. I promise you, dude. Like,
I think so. I do believe it. I do believe it, because I would live stream it so much.
Yeah, you could live stream every day.
Yeah, I do those chill live streams. You know, you do like the 3-4 hour sessions, like in the morning to the afternoon, and I do all that stuff. Like, I'd love to do, just to talk about VR more often. But yeah, we'll see.
I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. I'm manifesting it. Like you were trying to manifest it, but now you got me manifesting over here. So I think we can expect it.
Well, we all support you, GT. Absolutely. Whatever you can, and we'll do. Yeah, we're here.
So-
Thanks, man. I
We
don't know
got
what
you,
brought this
dude.
on, but thank you.
We got you. So, now to pull it back here for you, talking about manifesting, you could almost argue that Sadliest Bradley was manifesting that this headset he was trying to manifest the headset of his dreams with this HTC Vive Flow. And it didn't really happen.
He wasn't super excited about this being something that he wanted to use all the time anyway. He's more looking at, something like the Valve Deckard, right? But one of the things he was excited about was the technology that was going behind this stuff, mostly the micro
lenses.
LED displays and the lenses. But then especially for the price, the leaked prices and stuff, and then HTC came back with some cheap ass displays that aren't that great. You know what I mean? Lower resolution, 1600 resolution LCD displays. With
Is it
LCD
true
blacks.
it doesn't have a mobile battery pack?
It has no battery in it at all. If you don't plug it in, there's a wire in the back, and you have to plug in a battery pack, or it doesn't do anything. And
You
then
know what, right? So
yeah, it's ridiculous.
we spoke about this headset, and I don't know if you've seen the Tech Radar. Do you know Tech Radar are?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do or not?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Tech Radar were the first people in my YouTube feed to have a video that were hands-on. Everyone else I saw was like, this is the information I've been given. But these guys have been hands-on with it. He was like, it's really super comfy. Every picture nearly of him wearing it are his ears crushed downwards, right? Or he's got them over his ears because they were obviously too big or uncomfortable for his ears. And I'm like, don't fucking talk shit. Like, you can see that these things don't look great on your head. And then so we were talking about them. I had no idea about the battery. I read somewhere 10,000 milliamps for like 5 hours. I read that. But that was just them quoting a power bank. And apparently the power bank isn't even in the case.
Nope. It's one that you have to have already.
This is insane. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, so basically, if you don't have a power bank, they're unusable.
And if you don't have an Android device, you can't use a controller.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Apple. Whether people like it or not, I like my Apple products.
It's over half the world. Half the world is Apple. So these people HTC is already cutting their user base in half.
These people.
Sorry, I get passionate about this shit, man. It's like, because here's the deal. Someone's going to go, okay, I've heard so much about VR. It's time for me, right? So they're going to go to a company that they know, like HTC, and they're going to buy their latest. Yeah, they do. So they're going to buy their latest, newest, and greatest product, which is this HTC Vive Flow, right? They're going to get a headset in.
What did Alex say? I didn't hear it. What did he say?
Well, they're going
I said nobody knows who the fuck HTC is.
That's not true.
If you're not into VR, you do not know what HTC is.
Skiver, you got to remember, I think they only done I know they've done some mobile phones, to be fair.
Yes.
Didn't they? They did the HTC One, which actually at the time was
They're still making mobile
breakout.
phones.
Yeah. It had the dual stereo speakers for the screen. And I remember like a lot of the lads at my work who haven't got a clue about tech only bought that phone because it had speakers that actually faced them.
Yeah.
And they really liked that. But I think that was it. As far as I know, they dipped in and they were gone again. So
yeah, but I mean, they were the HTC Vive, right? They were the first to come out with room scale VR, and granted, we know that's because Valve was there doing all the design work, all the R&D, and they needed someone that had some not publishing power, but manufacturing power to put the thing out, right? Yeah. And then once Valve left, that was it, man. That company fell off a cliff, and they haven't been able to innovate ever since. And this just shows it. So someone's gonna buy this thing, knowing that HTC was one of the VR companies that they heard of, right? They're going to buy it. They're going to say, I paid $500.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No one
Absolutely.
knows HTC.
I completely disagree with you there. But
GT, help me here.
Fight.
Before HTC or before VR, I had no
before VR,
clue.
But now you know because of VR.
But these people this is their introduction to VR, so there's no reputation.
But what do you do? What do you do if you want to buy something? Usually, you go to a VRcade or something and you try the product, right? So they're going to be presented with HTC headsets.
If you Googled it, you'd find Quest.
Yeah, you're not going to find HTC anything.
Sure, but you're going to see it in VR arcades. You're going to see HTC has a strong presence to this day. They are the majority in VR arcades. Right?
I just want to say as well, like a lot of arcades I see in the UK now are using the old HP reverb.
Yes, a lot of them are switching over. Yeah, but there are a lot of issues with using Windows MR headsets in arcade environments.
You're fucking telling me there's
technical issues
using them at home.
yeah. I mean, there's just technical issues that there's no way to get around because we don't have access to the code.
By the way, Can we do polls on our show? Do we have the ability to do
I'm sure we could set it up, not at the moment.
Oh, we need to set it up.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll try to set it up tonight because I would love to do a poll about that because that's like the most divided we've ever been on an issue.
You triggered him.
No, not triggered. Not triggered, but I am curious what everyone thinks, right? Like, dude, does everyone...
At the beginning, there was only Vive and Rift. And that was it.
But if you weren't there at the beginning, then you don't know either of those.
Sure. But I think the only reason people really know about HTC is because they are VR.
But if this is your introduction to VR, then you don't fucking know that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but I don't know. I think you have to be living under some kind of a rock to not know anything about VR.
You did me a favor, right? One day, you said about if I go full time, right? If I go full time, I want to see a Skeever puppet and an Alex puppet do the show, right? Like Sesame Street or something, and you two having these arguments with your hands under the table. It'd be savage. That'd be absolutely savage.
Either way, my point being is that someone's going to pay $500 for the latest and greatest headset from a VR company that they know. They don't know them.
They don't know it. They're buying the fucking Quest.
I wish I could mute your microphone here.
No, you're too far down the VR rabbit hole, bro.
Fine. But either way, they're going to buy this headset, right? It's going to be $500. This thing isn't cheap. This is $200 more.
Buy it. Yeah,
okay.
That's fine.
It's $200 more than a Quest, which everyone definitely knows Oculus, right? But they're going to go, I don't want Facebook. Let me see what else there is. The other thing is HTC. Right? I mean, that's the other thing.
And it looks nice and light.
Now it is.
Right. Now we're starting to kind of see.
So they're going to buy this. They're going to put it on and they're going to go, this is where I thought VR was further along than this. And they're going to put it in the closet and that's it. They have no library for this stuff. There's a lot of random stuff in it. And let me tell you about their library issues. So I have this thing sitting here.
Oh yeah, just casually, by the way. This is just a casual Vive Focus 3.
Vive Focus 3 sitting here, right? Which
any good? Because I heard mixed things about the Focus 3.
I will tell you this. This is one of the most comfortable headsets I've ever worn. But that is very comfy. That is literally the only good thing I have to say about it. The optics are garbage. The screen isn't that good. The stereoscopic overlay isn't that great.
It was like really good. I'm sure he did.
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just talking from me using it. I have spent some hours in this thing, and there are very few titles in this that are available. But I didn't care. I'm like, oh, no worries. I'm not even going to use that. I want to use this as PCVR. The PCVR streaming is garbage compared to the Quest. The compression ratio is terrible. It's all pixelated. It's crappy, and I have a very expensive top of the line router that I sit
you can't
right
even turn it on.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn it on.
Yeah, it's back here. They made you got to hold that down for 3 seconds.
What's interesting? The haptics were active, but the display wasn't.
So once you pick up the controllers, they turn on right away.
Oh.
Right. So this headset, they made some good design decisions, right? But they put garbage lenses on there. And they have no software in their store. I mean, they have literally a handful of titles that you've never heard of.
Software is king.
Software is king. You can have the best headset in the world, but if there's nothing to play, it's just a paperweight, right?
That's why I don't hype these headsets, because unless they're going to use a platform like Steam or like the Oculus, what are you doing on them?
There's nothing to do.
Literally, right?
Look at this. You're getting Alex's first impressions.
I love it. I think this is great. I love what he's doing. But yeah, that headset in particular, I remember seeing that and thinking, damn, it is a sexy looking headset.
It's a really nice looking headset.
It feels really nice.
Yeah,
on my head.
It's super comfortable.
Yeah, it's way lighter than the Quest. Way lighter. And
it's because the battery's in the back, right?
This mechanism that you spin to lock the headband is like gentle. It's not like
that's Rift S, isn't it? It's like Rift S.
I don't feel like I'm like cranking. It's just like it's such a nice gentle pressure.
Isn't it weird though, like that they can make it look great, feel great? I'm assuming the controllers are nice.
The controller is a little longer in my hands than I expected.
It is. Like, it's definitely longer.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, it's like a long boy. Visually, this is really good, and actually, the FOV is the first thing that I'm noticing. Is there's a much wider FOV here than on either one of my other headsets.
Yeah, so it is a little bit larger FOV, but it reintroduces God rays back into everything, which is kind of like, huh?
Yeah.
What? You know, there's nothing to play. There's nothing to. I mean, there's Space Slurpees and a couple other titles, and that's like it.
When you log in, so when you log in on that, you're introduced to a store. Yeah,
that you can't.
As a mobile
that you can't
device,
even.
This is.
Yeah, so you're in like almost like an Oculus Home environment, right? There's only one environment, and you're standing there, and there's a panel, just like they've done a lot of looking at what Oculus is doing and trying to replicate that poorly, right? But you can go to a store, which you can't buy anything in the headset. You can't click buy. You can look at stuff. Then you got to take the headset off. You got to go to your phone and you got to buy it from there. Weird. Very strange, right? Okay. But there's only a couple things on there that you've probably never heard of anyway. Very, very few. There's a couple of games that you'll know, and that is it.
Space Slurpees on there.
Space Slurpees is on there.
That game's everywhere.
That game is everywhere, man. It is everywhere. Yeah. But it's like, one of the main reasons I bring this up is because originally we heard that the Vive Flow was going to offer hand tracking. Right. And it supposedly will, but not until later. And I can tell you why later, because this thing does hand tracking and it sucks. It is terrible. Right. Because we have these things to base our opinions off of now. Right. Because Oculus is doing amazing things with hardware, and Oculus's hand tracking, while it's not great because there's no occlusion on it, it works pretty well in a lot of different things.
Well,
in games like Unplugged, it's phenomenal. Like Did
you ever do the Microsoft Surfaces demo that was brought over from HoloLens to the Quest? Not many people did it.
No,
so not many people did this, right? And I did it, and actually some of the guys from Microsoft messaged me and followed me and said it was a really cool video and all this stuff. It's great. Like it's one of the best examples of hand tracking on the Quest, and yet no one seems to have done it. Like you get to experience having like gloop on your hands and like lightning.
I'm definitely gonna try it now.
Yeah, it was on SideQuest. I don't know if it's still on there now, but it was. It's brought. It was a HoloLens demo. It's bloody good.
Wow, that's really cool. Good. I'm gonna check that out.
I think I like this controller.
Really cool. It's not a bad controller.
You want something long in your hands?
I do. Yeah. Well, like if you're gripping the hilt of a sword, for example, you don't grip it at the very, very end. Like you give yourself a little bit of, you kind of choke up on it a little bit, and it feels like I'm doing that with this controller.
Yeah. It's okay.
Just fills out my hand a little bit.
It's okay. The occlusion isn't great on them. If you get one hand in front of the other, it kind of freaks out a little bit. The controllers just freeze up. But I'll tell you, the hand tracking is crap.
Yeah.
So there's no way. I knew there was no way that thing was going to either come out with hand tracking or it was just going to fail right off the bat. So that's why they have this terrible implementation of 3DoF phone tracking, which is only Android based, and you can't even move the phone. It's like stuck down at the bottom, right? It's like as a laser pointer for this flow.
They were like really careful with the words that they used during the presentation today or yesterday. Like it was, you can tell that they are not trying to sell this to us. Like they're like, okay, so anyway, if you really love VR, don't worry about this. Just move on, because this is a lifestyle device.
I saw that.
This is for clearing your mind right before picking up the kids. Like that's like the vibe that they're going with. Like they're selling this to moms. Like seriously, it was like a mom in the fucking in the thing. She's like, I have a busy life.
And why is that? It's because they made this device and they're like, this doesn't run anything. What are we going to put on this?
Exactly.
It's all crap.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. So they're being insanely careful and what's the intention?
Cautious?
Intentional with the words that they're using and the marketing that they're coming up with, because they realize that this is not going to fucking play Beat Saber. This isn't going to play Half-Life Alyx. This is not going to do anything that VR people want it to do. So they need to sell this as something else. Like, it's not a VR gaming device.
Why is it here? What is the purpose of this thing?
Well, look at it. Like, Mike didn't have them on hand. Kaz and Cherry didn't have them on hand. Terrell's done a video. Thrill did. And Fia, I think.
They got flown to New York to try it. Yeah.
And, you know, Thrill, he said that when he looks at it, he sees the past and the future of VR. He sees that the small form fitting is where things are absolutely going, but the technology that they've used is old and that's the past. So he sees like a glimpse of the future, but still kind of, it's like stuck in time was the way that he put it. It's kind of like
trying to find something positive to say. And I think we can agree with that. Like lightweight, but then it's lightweight because it's got no battery.
Yeah, there's nothing in there. It's insane.
That's crazy. It's like, it is a no-go. It is just immediately a no-go.
This isn't it's not for any of us, and I don't know if it's for anyone, frankly, because what
mom do you know that's gonna buy this to go do some meditation stuff? I don't know about you, dude, but when I meditate, my eyes aren't open.
Yeah.
Ever.
No one's gonna.
Three correlated.
Yeah. Well, like this. I feel like they just tried. Like they came out with this thing, and they're like, "Oh, this is kind of cool. Let's sell this to recoup some of our losses from Cosmos, right?" But they're like, "What do we do with it? It doesn't do anything." So they're like,
honestly, I would honestly think people will struggle at half that price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because $500 is a lot
to justify using it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
people aren't going to use this after they buy it. They're going to use it for like a couple days. And this can be it, man. Unless HTC pulls this curtain down and they're like, look, here's all the titles we just couldn't show you for some reason.
Dude,
it's not going to do anything.
You know, the worse it gets. That's the weird bit.
Yeah.
And you know, that's so funny because yesterday HTC was in a completely different position. Like they had everything. They had all the power, you know, and then like you see Facebook scrambling and throwing out all these pictures of all these headsets, you know, because they know that HTC is coming out tomorrow with a huge fucking announcement. So you see Boz with something that looks exactly like it. You see Zuckerberg with a Retina
so here's
resolution headset.
So there's there's
I want to talk
Zuckerberg
about that.
up there.
You know, so they're like coming out here like saying, hey, no, fuck you, fuck HTC, here's us, boom. Fuck HTC, here's us, boom. And then what's his name? Graylin on Twitter with a really good tweet that I even retweeted, said something along the lines of like, oh, cool research project, Facebook.
You want to
trade for one that's fresh off the manufacturing line?
Yeah.
You know, like basically saying like, oh, you guys are fucking way behind us. Like we're putting out headsets while you're still doing research. But now we see the specs of this flow.
Have turned.
And now we're like, okay, show us your shit, Facebook. And like now we're interested. Now I'm interested in what Facebook is doing.
So I have the picture here up of Boz wearing this headset, and these are concepts.
By the way, I just want to say I fucking hate the framing of this photo. Like, what is the purpose of having
he's all the way over
50% of this shit is a fucking blank wall? It's not artistic. It looks stupid. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. Anyway, so but I feel like when Facebook puts this thing out, it's gonna do things. It's gonna have games. You're gonna be able to play stuff on it, right? And they're probably gonna be using micro OLEDs for a nice, beautiful picture with vibrant colors and deep blacks. But they're actually gonna be using this to advance VR technology, right? Where Vive was like, let's put out this garbage that looks kind of cool, but has no purpose.
And that's what I was saying. It's like, how could you come out with a tweet like dropping the gloves
ridiculous.
like that, and then the next day put out specs that are going to impress no one?
The hell knows, man. Who knows?
I was so
insane.
When
it was all insane.
Like he was like pulling his wiener out, you know, and he's like, boom, here it is, everybody. And I was like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
You know, like this is gonna be epic. And now turns out it wasn't that big.
Nope, it was not. It was not at all. But so we have this picture here of Boz wearing this concept headset, which I feel like
I think that was a bit unnecessary of them to do that.
That was ridiculous.
It's better to be the bigger guy and just be like, yeah, whatever, you do your thing, and
I agree.
You know, we know what's going to happen.
Especially when behind the curtain you got nothing.
For real.
I actually believe that Oculus knew what was happening anyway, and they knew what they was going to unveil and all that stuff. I do. I don't know why they did what they did.
They probably do. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It does seem.
Oh,
it
you mean?
Seems
wait. I thought you meant. So I took that as like HTC was kind of in the wrong to come out and say, hey, check out this thing, cool research project. So you were talking about Facebook shouldn't have done that?
He's saying Facebook should not have posted these pictures because it was obviously in response.
Sure.
There's no need to do that. I mean, HTC are trying to. I feel a bit bad for them because it's really hard to be in this space. You want to support everyone. I want to support everyone. And I'd love it if they'd done great headsets. And I'd love it if that headset you had there, the Pro Focus, whatever it is.
The Focus 3.
Because it looks fantastic and it obviously ticks some boxes. It's just not ticking enough boxes. And you kind of think to yourself, like, why are you now... Well, you just want to know what direction they're going. Like, what direction are they going? You know, because if there was anyone out there with Viveport, which they've got, like, with what they've got as with Viveport, they can be a competitor.
They can,
but for some reason, it's just not happening.
I know, they need better management over there.
It's like they're operating completely ignoring what Facebook is doing,
or the people, or what the people are saying.
Yeah, I was just going to say that it's like they're ignoring what people want.
Right.
You know, they're doing what they want instead of what people want, and we all know we we all know what we want. I know people want a Quest with no Facebook. Right. That's what they want. There's so many people who want that because they want to play Population 1 with you on your Quest without logging into Facebook. It's as simple as that. There's nothing else really that people are asking for at the moment. They want a standalone headset. They want a great library of games. I know Viveport's got a fantastic library of games at their disposal.
Comfort, though, is like really near the top of that list. And that's why this was kind of exciting because this looks...
I'll tell you what. Oculus, there's this side quest application that was put out where you can remove Facebook from your Quest, and it's called Oculus.
Nice.
Pretty funny, right? But you don't have access to the Oculus library. But I will tell you this: you have access to the side quest library, and that is 100 times bigger than what you have on this Vive Focus 3. And it's going to be 100 times better than bigger than what you have on that Vive Flow.
So you should just get a Quest and brick it,
run Oculus, and have the entire side quest library at your disposal. It is so much larger than anything else. I mean, it is a big library. Of course, there's a lot of crap in there.
It's a big library,
but there's a lot on there. There's a lot. And there's some gems on there
App
too.
Stuff is all still on side quest.
Sure, but there's links to a lot of it.
Right.
There's not the actual APKs on there anymore for a lot of the stuff.
Also, you can't use it as a PCVR headset either.
So not using AirLink or anything. I don't know if there's a way, to be honest. But
I was told that if you can't access Oculus software, then you cannot use it as a PCVR headset.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When I saw the tweet, I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And then I read that bit and I went, it's fucking dead. Like, who's going to just... SideQuest might as well release a headset. That's all, because that's all it'll be. It's just a SideQuest headset.
But anyway, so there's... Yeah, it's crazy. It's weird, the things that are going on, because HTC is the one company that has a library that could compete with Oculus. They have Viveport. That's the best thing they've ever done. Like, Viveport is awesome.
It is the best thing they've done. It is. It really is, actually. I think you're bang on. I think to myself, wouldn't it be great if they could release a mobile headset?
Yeah.
And say, right, the headset is this amount, and then we got a monthly subscription from the get-go. I think people would be so happy.
Well, I mean, if the past year or year and a half is any evidence of whether or not you're going to get what you want, I'm going to say you shouldn't hold your breath. Because HTC's put out more headsets in the past year and a half than anybody. Yeah. And every single time one comes out, we think, is this it? Is this going to be it? And it's fucking not every single time. You know, and it's
I think this particular release as well is the big curveball. Like, people might really, really lose faith now, and there'll be no buzz. You know,
I think that's it, man.
I want to try one.
Themselves.
I do want. I am intrigued. Like, I would love to put it on.
Yeah, of course, of course.
You know, mess around with it.
I'm definitely intrigued. But I wouldn't buy them.
And that's really what it comes down to. It's like I use a Vive Pro. I like it. I think it's a great headset. And there's a Vive Pro 2 out there. I would be happy to take a Vive Pro 2. There's no way it can't be better than my Vive Pro 1 that's years old. But it's the price. Like, how can I possibly justify spending however the fuck much that headset is. Like,
how much is it though?
$1,000?
Because people are like, you might as well get an index,
right?
Kind of thing.
Might as well get an index.
Yeah, I
or
think
you might
for
as
the
well
full
get
kit, it's
3
about
quests.
$1,400. Yeah.
3 quests.
Yeah.
Dude, you can kit your entire family out in 6DoF VR. You know, like it really comes down to, and that's what I was saying. Like, you can't ignore what Oculus is doing, because they are setting the standard. And if you can't put out a product that is as good or better for a price that's as good or better, it will not. Nothing is going to happen.
So I think if HTC were to put out something like a Quest and they had a Viveport library to support it, I think they could charge 2 to 3 times the cost and have a significant amount of sales without the Facebook requirement.
But at this point, it would have to be like a selling point. It would almost have to be like, this is the anti-Facebook headset. And then that requires them paying attention to what they're doing. For sure.
And it requires them paying attention to what people want and stop ignoring people, right? We still have Vive wands. Why is this? Look at these controllers. These controllers are a lot better. They're a lot more what people want, right? But for some reason, they're afraid to do anything that isn't the proven, except for now. But now they're going to bury themselves because I don't even know what the heck that company is doing. Man. It's so weird. It's so weird.
To try to put just like some kind of positive spin on this, I think we really need to pay attention to like their marketing for this headset and like the way that they're like what they're trying to do. It almost seems like it's a step towards that world that we're all imagining, where everyone gets, but it's like solving a few of the issues, but not all of them. And like, we're not going to get what we want out of it, but somebody might have their mind blown by that headset, Like,
I feel like it should be $100. That thing should be $100.
What was the one before? Was that the Pro? No, that was the headset you've got in front of you.
Yeah, the Vive Focus 3
and the Vive Pro.
Was that the one where everyone was like, wow, their Twitter is absolutely brilliant. They're so clever at marketing and they're hyping people and all this stuff. And then when they released it, everyone was like, oh
well, yeah. But originally too, they were hyping all this stuff, and then it ended up being a Vive Puck, the Vive Puck 3.0
or the lip tracker.
Yeah,
it was the
is
lip
that what
tracker.
it was? It was something like that.
It was originally the Vive.
Yeah.
It was originally the Vive Tracker 3.0, and then it was the Face Tracker, and like, then they came out. Yeah,
cryptic ass.
And I kind of feel sorry for him, because that's actually whoever's doing that is doing their job. It's just the community who gets behind it. They're like, oh wow, it's going to be another new headset, and this.
But I got pissed when that happened, and I actually went off on a bit of a rant when that went down, because I felt like HTC, like to your point, knew what they were doing. They knew that this was going to get people talking, and they knew that the people who were talking were not going to feel like they got delivered upon. Like they get all of us VR enthusiasts flipping out, looking at a plastic HTC logo, imagining a new headset, because they know that all of us hardcores have been wanting one for forever. And they let us talk about it for 2 weeks and share their tweets and talk about it on our fucking podcast and all this shit. And then they come out with a lip tracker, like obviously not what they see everyone guessing.
Yeah, it just shows how disconnected they are from their
to me
consumers.
it's almost like a slap in the face, because it's like taking advantage of our hype to push some shit that isn't for us. So it's like, let's target the consumers with our marketing, and then put out something that they don't want, and like get a bunch of free fucking advertisement out of it.
Yeah.
I was thinking, how would they get a win now? And I think standalone would be a win, but I actually think if they actually brought out a good PCVR headset, that would also be a massive win, because that was like in that middle ballpark of affordable with inside out tracking, because that's something you're not going to see from Oculus anymore. It is going to be standalone, then link. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the PCVR is the add-on almost.
What about this Retina shit? This Retina resolution. That's what they're advertising. Like that's what he says this prototype is Retina. I'm assuming that they mean that it's the same resolution as the human eye. Is that what they mean by Retina?
That is.
That's fucking insanity. Like that can't possibly be standalone, can it?
We don't know. It's just a concept, right? It's a concept that has a screen in it. It could be anything.
Facebook Reality Labs are probably way ahead of what we talk about at the end of the day. It's their job to, like, regardless of their Facebook or not, there's people there who absolutely love virtuality and want to push it to the absolute limit, and they've got all the money and they've got all the big brains. Like that's what you're up against. Do you know what I mean? That's if you're another company, you're going to be like, realistically, it doesn't matter how much buzz you get out there. Like, I think the Index has done so well, but the only thing I've never bought one for is because of the controllers. I heard they're very they break easy.
They do. I've been through 4 sets, and this 4th set is wigging out on me. So
yeah, 4 sets, dude. Like that's the problem. Like, who's testing this shit? Do you know what I mean?
I'm only on 1 set, and I'm still not a huge fan. I mean,
that's
we
the
say
problem.
This every show.
People go, "Oh, the reason Oculus do well is because of Facebook." It isn't actually just because of fucking Facebook. Like, you are right; they got the money, but they've done the testing.
Right.
They've done the testing. Look at the battery life on the touch controllers.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, someone said to me they had the same AA battery in there for 3 months.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And they didn't even mention that as like a plus point. It was just people were like, why don't these run out?
Right. Well,
they did it, you know.
And to your point, you know, like, love him or hate him, Mark Zuckerberg is one of us. He put a fucking headset on and had the exact same reaction that all of us had.
Yeah.
He had his mind melt before his eyes, and he realized, holy shit, this is the future. So you can love him or hate him, but at the end of the day, Zuckerberg gets it. He understands that VR is the real deal, and he's probably super enthusiastic in that photo of him with the Retina shit. He's probably freaking out, I'm guessing.
But speaking of the Retina thing, one of the big things that I'm excited for as well when it comes to headset announcements is we also have Vario, which before this announcement, let me see, let me put this up on the screen here. So before, geez, I got this all screwed up. Okay, so they have this little image of a picture taken behind this person wearing this headset. But the thing is with this headset is this was like their headset now is like a $5,000 or $4,000 headset that requires a $1,400 a year subscription for tech support, right? But it is like legit, like Retina display screen. It has really the best pass through with full color, super high resolution pass through for augmented reality. It does all of the things that everyone wants from a headset. It's like the complete thing, but no one can afford it, right? I mean, except for big businesses, you know, like BMW and some of these bigger companies that are using this headset. But so Vario is now coming out and with what we think is a prosumer headset.
I'm still really stuck on this Retina thing.
Yeah, like, we're getting there, dude. We're getting to a point where it's going to be.
What is Retina resolution? Like, what are those numbers? Like, can you put a number on that?
So Apple did a while ago. The thing is, with Retina resolution, it also depends on how close it is to your face, right? Because if you take a Retina phone display that is a certain distance, it's that you can't see pixelation and you can't see any screen door, right? But once you put that up to your eyeballs, it kind of changes. So these are very, very high resolution, dense displays that even next to your eyes, you can't.
Well,
you can't
right.
see
like
the
I assume that
pixelation.
means there's no pixelation whatsoever. Right. None.
Mm-hmm.
There's no screen door. There's nothing.
None. It's just a perfectly clean image, which sounds I don't know, impossible.
Well, you haven't seen it. You probably haven't ever seen it. We've never seen anything like that.
It sounds impossible.
So the headset that they have out right now takes multiple power sources and 2 display ports to run it. It takes a display port per eye, right? So this is going to be a dumbed down version, we think, of a consumer ready version of that headset, which is super exciting because this is going to check a lot of the boxes that we all kind of want, you know?
Well, and you know, it's interesting because now that I'm thinking about it, like let's say I have Retina resolution on my headset, and then I just fire up some fucking super hot, like,
right? It doesn't matter.
The software is still limited,
right?
Like it's still made out of pixels.
Of course. And you can get to a point where you can crank the resolution on your machine to get that perfect display, but you got to have a beefy machine. I mean, at this point in time, I don't know that any of us have a machine that can drive a headset like this, right? You'd need like dual 3090s, but we'll see what these guys are coming out with. I mean, this is all speculation at this point, but it is one of the headsets that's going to be announced pre Oculus Connect.
So we're going to learn some specs for this.
Yes.
Really, really soon.
Yes. Yep.
Nice. What are you guys expecting from Oculus Connect or Facebook Connect? Sorry, there seems to be an Oculus gaming show and a Facebook Connect show.
Yeah.
It kills me a little bit that Oculus Connect is gone. Like that just resonated with me, you know?
Yeah, but then I think at the same time, I'm actually happier knowing that. Well, it depends. If Facebook Connect means that's the opportunity to show Oculus hardware, then it's a very confusing message for me personally. Because me, I'd rather just watch the Oculus gaming event, like the PlayStation event, and learn about stuff there. But if you've got to go through the Facebook Connect thing, which will involve people and gardens and chess and possibly a book and then something about relaxing and life, and then eventually you'll get around to some games, and then it'll be back again to the gardens and the and the nice front rooms and all that stuff, and I'm sitting, I'm like, oh my god, it's so boring. That sort of does my head in. I just want to know about the gaming hardware and the gaming software. That's all I want.
So what are your expectations then, Skiva, for Facebook Connect?
So to me, it's very suspicious that they dropped the Ray-Bans and the Portal before Facebook Connect, which means they have some stuff they want to talk about, right? And they don't want to lose focus on some of these other products. So I really feel like there's going to be some kind of an upgrade to the Quest 2. I think it might be the Quest 2 Pro or the Quest 2 Plus, right? With with cameras and the controllers and getting rid of the rings and stopping occlusion problems and stopping the problems of putting the controllers behind your back, things like that. I'm not exactly sure we might get some kind of a announcement on a Quest Pro coming in the future, but Boz said that wouldn't be this year, so they might announce it and release it next year. But I feel like we'll probably get a refresh on the current Quest headset, because Facebook Reality Labs dumps a lot of money into researching this stuff, and they are consistently listening to the things people have gripes about and checking those things off and going, okay, this is gone now. Yeah. Okay, this is gone now.
Have you guys ever rolled into the Oculus Explorer program?
No, what is this?
It's just basically that if you're a consumer or you buy something of Oculus, you can go into Oculus Explorers, and there you will be given weekly Q&As. I've only done 2 of them personally. Someone put something on Twitter the other day saying they got paid $100 to talk about a particular experience.
Oh yes, Spark AR, I believe. Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. That's an Oculus Explorer thing where, they'll just say, look, we've got these 3 features we want to bring. Like, what are your favorite things? What would you like? Like, they're doing that. They're actually wanting people's feedback. You know,
it's crazy, right? And that's what HTC, take note of this.
That's what I'm saying.
Do what the people
this is
want.
What I'm saying. Like, HTC are doing what they want to do, not what the people want them to do. And that's the difference.
Yeah.
You know, that is the difference.
What do you expect from Facebook Connect, GT?
I do expect some sort of announcement. I kind of don't want there to be an announcement in some ways. I understand they've got to keep hype and they've got to keep buzz, but I can't help but feel, especially like around this week where we're sort of like, I know PlayStation VR is pretty much dead in the way of games and stuff, but that's a 5-year anniversary of a headset. Like, I don't think you're ever going to get from now another headset that'll last that long. I don't know how long PSVR 2 is going to last. I mean, I'm hoping that you're going to be a year or more into PS5 cycle, so you might get 3 years out of it or something. But, you know, everything's speeding up. Everything's just going quicker and quicker and quicker, and it's going to cost more and more, bigger, better, faster. And I'd like people to get some more mileage out of their Quest 2s, because, as I said on earlier, it's not just the Quest 2 you replace. It's the VR covers, it's the pads, it's the grips, it's the, you know, the elite straps, because they've put a crappy one with it, which means you've got to invest more into something, and you know, all that stuff that goes along with it. It's not just a headset. It's a $300 headset, the cheapest one, with $100 of extras.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this is very true. This is true. But, you know, Facebook is driving this ship right now, right? And I think they don't ever want to be in a spot where they're behind anyone. And I think that's why they keep pushing this like every year. It's kind of, or every year to 2 years, we're seeing new things from Oculus.
Which is it's really smart, isn't it? It's really smart that if you just say to people, right, the next headset we're doing next year has got this, and this. And then you've got these guys who have just spent 3 years developing something that's technically, as soon as they say it, is now out of date. And it's going to be more expensive. So the average consumer, as far as I know, I mean, the way I look at Facebook, and I don't know much about, I do know stuff they've done, but a lot of people I know in my life haven't got an issue with Facebook. Like, I don't hear about it. It's only actually on Twitter do I ever hear the words Facebook and problems. I don't really see it in real life.
Yeah, so, I'm definitely one of those people that you hear.
Yeah, I know, yeah. So I think to myself, like, they're just going to see cost and games, and that's it. They're good. Yeah. That's all they're going to see is cost and games.
Yeah.
So, and they're always going to be ahead.
For Facebook Connect, I don't know if I expect this, but I would love some legit updates to these, what are now first-party titles for Oculus. Like Beat Saber. I would love for something epic to happen for Beat Saber, right? Like multiplayer was like the last big, like, oh, holy fuck kind of moment. I think Beat Saber is ready for another holy fuck moment. Like, they got to keep that franchise alive. It is the king of VR, and it needs to stay that way, in my opinion. So they should be...
Because they're owned now, aren't they? Yeah. The games are owned by... Yeah. I think they should just make a whole new game as well. Why not?
Or something fucking huge. Like, I would love a really huge, awesome announcement. Last Oculus Connect at OC6, they were like announcing their collaboration with Panic at the Disco, and I think that was like the biggest band at the time. So that was kind of the big deal, was like getting this like really well-known song pack. Now they're crushing it with the song packs. Like
Billie Eilish,
the most popular artists in the fucking world are in BC. Yeah. So that's really, really awesome. And I would love to see them add maybe a feature or something that like blows the top off a little bit. And not just Beat Saber, Onward, right? Like,
well, they've been talking about Onward too, even though Onward 1 isn't even out of beta.
Right. Yeah.
So weird.
Imagine that, right? The most known game in the world is Beat Saber. I'm pretty sure.
Most known VR game, yeah.
I'm imagining the most recognizable and known game is VR game is Beat Saber. Similar to one of those recognizable smells is coffee. Like, Beat Saber's got to be VR's. Oh yeah, I know that game, or I've heard of that game. Yeah. Imagine if they make that exclusive. Imagine if Beat Saber 2 comes out, right?
You can only
and there's a reason you buy these people, is they go only on Oculus Quest.
Yeah. Oh, I think we'll see that. We'll see that on the next Beat Saber. Why wouldn't? I mean, why would they support any other platform? Just like same with Population 1. All those games will eventually become Oculus exclusive when they get their sequels.
No different to Halo franchise, no different to God of War, no different to...
You would just expect that. I mean, they're now funding this. Why would they fund it for anyone else? They want to bring those people onto their platform. It just makes sense. So I'm sure that'll happen, because that's how you sell. That's how you keep people in the Oculus ecosystem. Is you say you can only play these games here.
And I personally
Yeah, go on, sorry.
I'm just going to say, I personally feel like all of these development studios have been quiet since their acquisitions. So maybe they've been quiet because Facebook Connect is going to come out and they're going to be like first party, like boom, 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 dropping all of these like Oculus titles, you know?
Well, they're going to have to, because of PSVR 2. PSVR 2 is going to do that same exact thing. They're going to have a lot of exclusive, amazing titles and a lot of AAA titles that no one else is going to have, because they have a very powerful PC behind their headset. It's going to be really hard for other places to really... You know,
and I mean, it's not just exclusivity though. I want hype. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I want some fucking hype shit to come to these franchises that we now know and love and that are now owned by Facebook. And if I have to guess something that I think will probably happen, is I think I will feel exactly the same way I do about Horizons after this event too. And that's fucking insane, because 2 years ago I was like, you know, basically talking shit about this. And here we are 2 years later, and I'm still talking shit about it. Like, if it was great, if it was good, if they were doing something cool, I would be happy to say, hey, this is actually pretty awesome. But now they're just like printing money and trying to give it to people to create content in there, because they realize that no one wants to spend any time in Horizons at all.
Yeah.
It's so whack. And, Yeah,
I've been in there yet personally. I haven't.
You're missing nothing, bro.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
You are missing nothing, and it's just so
Neos
sad
runs the metaverse right
you would
now.
expect that.
Didn't Anna Ribeiro do a lot of work in there or something? I remember seeing a lot of instas or tweets from her.
Yeah, you know, I think I don't know exactly what her relationship is like with Oculus, but I know Oculus definitely like they're like in cahoots a little bit. You know what I mean? Like they have like sent her stuff or like maybe paid her to do things. You know, like. We had her on the show and I was trying to get her to talk shit about Horizons and she was like, I can't really do that. You know, she was like, I see what you're saying, but she didn't like want to bite the hand that feeds kind of situation, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got, we're pretty deep into this episode here. We should be ending it really soon, but really quick, I do want to mention a few other things that are coming, right? Because you know, we had the HTC announcement and some of that hype that unfortunately kind of fizzled. But, you know, we have this Vario thing that's happening. We have Oculus Connect. We have announcements coming from Pimax, who we haven't heard from in a while. So that'll be interesting because if they got their hands onto micro OLEDs as well, they can take some of those massive headsets and shrink them down a little bit and then make some more appealing headsets to people because they've been improving their software quite a bit. So I feel like they could also be, you know, a good alternative for PCVR at least, right? But on top of that, we also have the Lynx XR1 headset or the Lynx R1 headset that just crushed their Kickstarter. Right? They had like a $300,000 goal and they've almost doubled that at this point, right? And the cool thing about this headset is it's not just VR. VR is a thing that it does, but really what they're concentrating on is AR on this headset, I believe, and having a combination of both, which is what a lot of people want because, you know, we have some AR products right now, like the HoloLens, like the Nreal, is that what they're called?
Yeah,
Nreal glasses,
and
right?
real AR glasses. Yeah,
yeah. So we got some competition here. We got the spectacles from Snapchat. So we have some of this stuff, but this is like a full 110-degree AR experience using very low latency, high resolution color pass-through cameras, and I think this is going to make quite the buzz. You know, as long as it gets some support from developers, I think this is going to be pretty awesome.
All right, listen, we have been careful. We haven't wanted to talk much about this because we're technically still not 100% sure that this is happening, but we have been issued an invitation to go to France next week to check out the links.
Yes.
And we are planning on going.
Yep.
We don't have plane
why don't they
tickets in our
invite
hand.
me? I could be there in like 3 hours.
Dude,
crazy.
I know, right?
meet us in Paris. I'm going to spend the whole fucking day at the
I'll
Louvre.
meet you in Paris. Wow.
Yeah. Come meet us there, dude.
Coffee and maroons.
Next week at this time, we should be on a plane on our way over to France to go fucking see this thing.
Apparently 9 a.m.
life.
tomorrow we will be getting tickets, but we'll see because now it's so close to the date of travel, we might not be able to get on the plane.
In our hand yet,
right.
you know,
so
and like
be careful.
We've been pumping the brakes until we have a fucking plane ticket because like we didn't want to like celebrate it, but now it's so close, and we just talked to him about getting it set up tomorrow morning, so we're pretty sure this is happening. So yeah, you can look forward to some Between Realities on the road content with the links after next week, which is fucking insane.
I know nothing about the links, so yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so I have some pretty high hopes for the hardware on this headset because it's, you know, it has built-in Ultra Leap hand tracking. It does have optional controllers that you can buy for virtual reality experiences. But the big thing is the precision of the hand tracking mixed with the augmented reality is going to be pretty next level stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's really something else, and I'm very excited to see if it can actually live up to the hype.
So, you know, next week, for our next week's episode anyway, we're going to pre-record again because we're supposed to be on a plane on Friday. So for next week's episode, we can maybe talk a little bit more about the links, you know, like kind of do some predictions and like dive into it a little bit and like familiarize everybody with it. So that way, when we come back the week after, we will be ready to go. We're also going to do an episode in France with Sebastian from MRTV and the Next Dimension podcast. And
they will be there as well. Yep. So we'll all get together and kind of do this mega episode and talk about the headset and our experiences with it. So it should be fun.
We'll touch on all of that again next week. You know, I'll feel better about talking about it because hopefully by then everything will be confirmed, and you know we won't have to be like, oh well.
Yep.
So it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Which I'm fully prepared for.
Yeah.
I'm fully prepared for that.
Same. This is a possibility.
It is possible. But right now the plan is to be in fucking Paris, France this time next week, which is insane. I've never been to Europe and I'm really excited.
Sweet. Yeah. I'm excited too, man.
Pretty fucking exciting.
Yeah, I mean, because this is a cool headset, and it's just one of all of these headsets that's hitting right now. I mean, we even have the Magic Leap 2 that was announced.
GT, like, are you okay? Like, how are you keeping up with all this headset shit? Is this just too much for you? It's a little too much for me.
Funny enough, today on the other show was the one time I sort of looked around a little bit and we were chatting. I was thinking, damn, dude, like there's actually a lot going on again. It all happens between like October and February. Totally. It's always crazy, isn't it? So many games, so much going on.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, it just goes to show that this industry isn't going anywhere. I mean, it is continuing to grow and to innovate. It's here to stay, and we are on with some amazing technology that is just going to continue to change lives. And
dude, here to stay is GamerTag VR, the fucking absolute champion who just does back-to-back 2-hour podcasts like it's no fucking big deal. He's been talking about VR
my left eye would tell you different.
He's been talking about VR on camera for 5 hours straight, and we're just still going. I mean, we're ending it now, of course, you know. But.
Did you check out Hubris?
Haven't played it yet, but I intend to.
Yeah, no, not yet.
You should.
I saw
for an alpha.
You put up a video today.
For an alpha, it's very impressive. Yeah, it's
nice.
Good. I think you'll enjoy it.
Hubris,
you'll enjoy it.
Looking forward to trying.
Mm-hmm. Looking forward to hitting them up about some haptics.
So many games, so many pieces of hardware, so many everything. So much going on in this space right now.
All right, listen, we gotta let GT go, man.
Yes.
Like this motherfucker has been going. So, dude, GT, GamerTag VR. Thank you so much for joining us again on Between Realities, dude. This is like I could do this like forever, like seriously. And I know you were saying earlier, you're like, oh, we're talking about VR, it's easy, you know, but like we've also had, you know, we've had conversations that weren't as easy to have, you know, if I can say that. Like we're just sitting here chilling, and it just feels like, I don't know, it feels like I feel like I'm at home when I'm sitting here chatting with you, brother. So
it's weird when I'm looking at the screen, you forget. You kind of do forget, don't you? You're not in the same room a little bit. It's a bit weird.
Yeah. Or the fact that we've never been in the same room. We've never been in the same room.
No, I know. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we've literally never met each other, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like I've known you for quite a while, which I have. That's the other thing. It's like we've been doing this for a couple of fucking years now, all of us. Hey, look at the screen. You're
oh, shoot.
Giving a glimpse.
I know, that keeps happening. That's happened a couple times.
A little glimpse behind the curtain for you guys.
No, it showed some weird image of us in front of a green screen. I don't know what this green screen is. Yeah. We're in a spaceship, so I don't know.
Yeah, Steve is dedicated to the immersion. All right, well, anyway, I would tell people to subscribe to you, GT, but they already are, so it's kind of a redundant thing.
Yes, but all the links are on the monitor right below me and in the description below. So go ahead and click on them all.
Yeah,
click
go
subscribe.
See that Hubris video. You know, check out his new shit. Like, go watch the QUIKCOST that came out.
Great show, by the way. I've really been enjoying your new podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, man. Cheers. Thank you.
You got some good dudes on there with you.
Yep.
All right.
Cheers.
For fuck's sake,
they're good lads.
Let's just go, GT. All right. Everybody say goodbye to GamerTag VR. He's good.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye,
gone.
GT.
Stay safe.
See you later, dude.
Thank you. Love you guys. Thank you.
We love you dearly, and we say goodbye to you now.
Love you more.
And he's done. Don't say anything else because you've just been ejected and you no longer exist. Okay, so pre-recorded next week, right? Because we're planning on being on a plane.
If we are live next week, it's because it didn't happen. But yeah, we'll probably be pre-recording with Z-Storm Gaming and having a super fun time because he is such a fun guy.
Z-Storm is awesome. If you have not seen or heard of Z-Storm Gaming, he is a Twitch streamer, a VR Twitch streamer, but he does a lot of Population 1. He does a lot of fun, kind of goofy stuff, a lot of awesome, like,
he's definitely a goofball. He makes
audience engagement shit. Yep. He's got like he can push auto tune in on his voice, and he starts singing to everybody and shit. Like he's a great content creator, and we're really excited to get to know him better on the show next week.
So there we go.
So there you go. And just like that, we're going to end this thing because it's already been going for way too fucking long. It's just so much fun, and we didn't do it last week.
I know.
Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.